And welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm joined by Director of Concert Programming, Michael Eppley. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Doing pretty good. Well, first, let's talk about Janet Kramer and Gloriana coming to Northwest Campus. Why did you guys decide to bring them on?
Okay, so we have a genre rotation. We go through 4 genres every 2 years. We have rock, country, alternative, and rap. Yeah, and so it was country this time around, and we really wanted to give the students a concert that was going to be memorable for them because a couple years ago we were supposed to have country and it kind of fell through, so this was kind of the replacement. So we kind of went all out. We go through a list first and we try to see who's in our budget. Money's a really important thing. So we go through there and we look at the artists that we can get, and we kind of narrow it down from there, do a couple surveys, ask some friends and close friends about it, and then go from there.
So what's the budget for these concerts generally?
Well, this concert is around like $60,000 to $70,000. So I mean, they're not cheap by any means. For the year, I get $114,000, and usually the fall concert's for free for students, and then the spring one is $10. So we try to bring in a smaller act, like T-Pain was around $25,000, and so we really try to conserve in the fall and then go all out for spring. So
the concert selection is always a controversial topic on Northwest Campus, and people always either love it or hate it, or there's not much really in the middle there. What do you say to those who are like, oh, why aren't they bringing someone better? You know, why don't they spend all their money on just one concert and have someone really good instead of just a, quote, mediocre?
Yeah, and the issue with that is always money. Nobody wants to pay the money to get those people here, and if they were, or if we could raise our budget, it could happen. But it always comes down to money, and nobody wants to pay for it. I mean, $10 for a concert's really cheap, and we have a tough problem having kids pay that. So yeah, we've been throwing it around, and this is an idea that we want to maybe charge like $5 in the fall instead of going for free, just so there's a little bit more of a connection with I paid $5 to go to this, so I'm actually going to show up instead of just getting a ticket and not going. So it's really, we might raise budgets, we might only have one act, but we're right there in the middle between mediocre acts and somebody big. Like Ludacris is an idea that's been thrown around. He's $60,000. So I mean, it's all money.
It's all money. Well, let's talk about the atmosphere of the concerts. A lot of people were kind of disappointed in the way things were treated last spring, and with the concert, some people were kicked out of the concert for various activities. And in the fall, it seemed like it was a little bit more reserved, with people holding back a little bit. They're a little bit further away from the stage and in the theater. What have you guys taken into consideration in regards to atmosphere to really promote it and get it to be something that students really like?
Well, the atmosphere is something that I really strive for. I've been to probably 500 concerts in my life, or seen 500 bands, and went to about 200 concerts. So I understand a lot about the atmosphere. I try to make it the most enjoyable experience. In the past, we've had bleachers set up, which I felt was kind of like a pep rally. So we got rid of those and we opened it up for the spring. And the big issue last year was the crowd surfing, which is funny because one of my best friends was actually the one kicked out first for that. So it was funny and ironic. She's only like 5 foot tall, so it wasn't like she was hurting anybody. But it's a safety issue, and security's cracked down a lot on it, and they try to make the most safe atmosphere because when you're dealing with that many people, anything is bound to happen. So yeah, we're just trying to keep it fun. We've added concessions this year. We're trying to cater to people's needs. But at the same time, it's not like we can throw a huge outdoor venue concert or something crazy that you would see somewhere else, because we are a university and we kind of have to take care of the students.
So we're about out of time, but real quick, can you just spout out the details, when it's going to be, who's going to be there?
Okay, the concert is April 12th, next Saturday. It will be at 6:30, doors open, and 7:30 the concert starts. Tickets are $20 for public and $10 for students, and there will also be like a $5 up fee when the concert is, so it'll be $15 for students at the door and $25 for public.
All right, Michael, thank you for coming on the show this evening. And stay tuned. We have more Channel 8 News coming up next with Katie Patterson's Pop Culture Rant, where she sits down with students going to the National Association of Broadcasters Convention in Las Vegas, Nevada. Stay tuned.